go.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Problem and clock started.
Yes.
Welcome back, you motherfuckers.
What's up, buddy?
Another day here in paradise.
I know, man. This is a common reoccurring thing we're doing here.
Yeah, we're putting some episodes out again.
Yeah.
So it's nice. New mics without the baffles. Maybe this will sound better.
Yeah, we're still working on it. I mean, there's...
Yeah, it's we're not professionals.
No, I think we got the lighting figured out finally. I think we got the cameras figured out. The board's good. Thank you again, Dirk, for the board.
Yes,
That's really helped us a tremendous amount. So, yeah,
we're using that primarily now. So thanks, Dirk.
Oh, yeah. But fixing the mics, which is really just making them sound a little bit better.
Yeah. So you want to shamelessly self-promote us?
Yes. So I am Shattered Wisdom _ Jack. He is Shattered Wisdom _ Jerett. We are Shattered Wisdom Podcast on Instagram. Mm-hmm. You can search for us on YouTube. So please watch the videos on YouTube, like and subscribe. We're getting a lot more airtime on YouTube, if you will, a lot more reviews.
We are getting a ton and some subscribers. Blech. Thank you for the new subscribers. If you're new to the channel, we're just two dudes who get on here and have a conversation that you can join. You can hopefully relate to something that we talk about.
Yeah.
And if not, maybe you get a laugh. If you get nothing out of this, I'm sorry for wasting your time. Stay to the end, though, because we do put out a good message at the end of every episode.
Yeah, and just try it out. Give it a shot.
Yeah.
You might like it. You never know.
You never know. Go back. There's some FAFOs in there that'll make you piss yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Piss myself.
Piss myself. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that everything's getting squared away, so
yeah,
we're gonna keep doing it.
We are a long way from where we started.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You want to pull a question?
I will pull a question. All right, that's a tiny typed one here. Ooh, how has becoming a parent changed you?
So, my son was the greatest thing that I never thought I needed until I had him, right? You don't know what you're missing until you have a kid. Mm-hmm. And it's like you're missing a part of you from, you don't even realize, right? I never realized. I was not the type of person who wanted kids. Mm-hmm. I was terrified, like fucking so scared. But he's the best thing that ever happened to me, man. So, and he got me out of a lot of my funk. Right. And a lot of my bullshit. And it's not just you anymore, right? It's your children or child or whatever kind of, some people have 7, 10.
Yeah.
They pull you out of your shit because you're responsible for them now. So for me, man, it was the greatest thing that ever happened to me that I didn't know that I needed. Like, I don't know where I would be today if I didn't start a family.
Right.
So it's crazy. If you're out there without kids, you're young, don't rush into it by any means. No. It's not something you have to do now. There's a lot of things that you should experience before you're tied down with kids. And if you're young and have kids, then good for you because you'll be done early. And if you're older and want kids, now's a perfect time because you've got a lot of life experiences out of the way that could... So there's two sides, right? You could have a kid young, and then your midlife, right, 35, 40, whatever, is really about travel and fun, and you're an adult and your kids are grown, they're out of the house. And older, you've already had those experiences that you're going to miss in your 40s. So either way works out for you plan it. But best thing that ever happened to me. Best thing that has ever happened to me, hands down.
Nice. Well, Kendra and I always wanted to have kids.
Yeah.
But it really makes you kind of prioritize your life.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff we were doing, the party started on Thursday night. Mm-hmm. And it was done on Sunday night. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of spontaneity, but we spent a lot of money going out, doing a lot of stuff, having a lot of fun, which is a good thing and all, but it kind of makes you grow up.
Fast.
Yeah. But it makes us, one thing it really did for me was like make me kind of like plan for the future more. Like think about retirement, think about where we're going to be, think about where our kids are going to be, think about what we needed to get to provide them the life that we wanted to provide them. So it gave me a lot more focus. Not to say that I was ever really undisciplined or unfocused, but I think it made me put a lot of things into perspective more. You put a lot of yourself to the side and prioritize them more than anything else, because your 5-year-old can't fend for themselves.
Right.
You know, they can maybe find the box of Cheerios in the pantry and get into it, but you know, it really just makes you sacrifice a lot of yourself, which is a good thing. You don't.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing to be selfless. It really does make you selfless and kind of humbles you a bit. So, I mean, that's probably the biggest takeaway I've got. I love my daughters to death. They're great. Hunter's an awesome kid too. Like we have really good kids. We got really
we got
lucky with the kid lottery, if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that really kind of snapped me into that future planning mode.
Well, and I would go as far as to say that I'm as successful as I am today because I had Hunter. And because I want him to have a better life than I had. And I had a pretty good life. I mean, you know, we were comfortable. We weren't rich by any means, but I want him to have more. I want him to have the vacations, and I want to be able to take the trips and afford to have a good life, play club soccer, things like that, like put your kids in sports, do things like that. As you rise in, you know, your life, you always have to look at what's the next step. Where's the next opportunity? Things like that I looked for more because I had a kid.
Right.
Whereas I could probably be stagnant and comfortable, you know, taking care of myself. What do I need?
Right.
It's not about me anymore. So,
well, and I think that makes you a little bit more hungry. Like I do better at work because I know the stakes.
Right.
When you're young and single, you're like, I don't care, fucking fire me.
Yeah.
But you don't pay attention like what's going on in your organization. Like, you know, we talk all the time about future planning, retirement. Young people, put your money in your 401ks now. Sorry, we didn't think about that shit.
No.
I just think about like I need a job to pay my bills.
Right.
Not I need a job to keep another human alive.
Yes.
It was a good perspective change. So
it is. It's crucial too, right? I mean, like, because it's not just you. I have done and could do couch surfing. I could go stay with my friends and do this and that.
Sure.
Me and my son and my wife can't, you know. Like, it's different. You then have to prioritize your life differently.
Yeah.
And just going to put this out there for anybody who thinks, well, we'll just have a kid to fix our problems.
No.
Don't fucking do it.
No.
Kids don't fix your problems.
No, and kids don't ask to be brought into the world.
No. They don't want your drama. They don't want your bullshit.
No, you will exacerbate your problems. You'll make them
–
so much worse. I don't know if I've ever heard of a marriage that's actually decided to have a kid to stay together and it worked out just great.
No, you think you're stressed now. Add a crying baby who doesn't stop for the first year.
Yeah.
Like the first year of life will test your relationship.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So go into it knowing that it's tough, man. It's not easy.
No.
They can't talk. You don't know what they want. You're guessing, right?
Yep.
You can distinguish from a few things, right? Like different cries and things like that. They say, you know, those are real things. But once you've exhausted all of those, are you hungry? Do you need a burp? Did you shit? You know, like,
yeah.
And the baby's still screaming, wailing, and you're so frustrated because you can't figure it out. That's the moment, the defining moment in being a parent that you really need to look at yourself and be like, I can handle this. Because it gets better.
Yep.
But in that moment, like people will say, like, if your kid's screaming and you can't figure out what it is, put them in their crib and leave them. Like, and let them cry it out. That's some shit that nobody tells you when your kid's fucking screaming. Like, what? You never know what's going on. So if you're out there and you're having a bad day because your kid won't stop screaming, we've all been there. It's all part of life, man. We've done it, and you're not the first person to have a baby. You're not going to be the last person to have a baby. Reach out. Your friends know some tips and some tricks. So
absolutely,
get help. I mean, with everything in life, like, get help.
Get help.
Ask people who know better than you. Fucking, it's not hard. It's and being a first time parent, man, if you don't have your parents, I mean, there's a lot of circumstances where people don't have anybody to reach out to. Ask some friends, ask some coworkers, ask some fucking people down the street. Doesn't matter. Nothing that you're dealing with is unique.
Right.
Babies are the same for the most part. They're going to scream. They're going to cry. They're going to not sleep through the night. They're going to fucking all the things. So reach out, get help if you have kids. Do not rush into it. If you are not ready, don't be pressured into having kids, especially men. I know women sometimes think like, no, I want a baby. And guys are kind of scared, like, no, like, I don't even know what to do with a baby. Don't be pressured into it on both sides, right? And if your guy's telling you, well, we need to have a baby to save this relationship, no. He's trying to trap you. He's trying to lock you down. Don't fall for it.
Agreed.
All right. What do you want to talk about today?
So today we're going to talk about an interesting question is, can you be a good man and still be dangerous?
I would almost argue that both of those things live inside of you.
Sure.
So to be a good man with the possibility of violence, right?
Right, because I would say, what do you define dangerous as?
Right.
Because if you look at you and me on paper, what we do for fun, what we're into, what we own, we would probably be considered, quote unquote, dangerous men.
Yeah.
If you just looked at if you looked at the reloading supplies I have and ammunition and things like that, you'd be like, this guy's dangerous.
Right. Yeah. What are you planning?
Yeah. What are you planning? Oh, you hunt. You guys hunt. You kill animals. So you get that. You have the propensity to kill.
Right.
It's okay to you. You know, you guys like to go shooting. You smoke cigars. You're all tattooed. Classically, what you would put down as a dangerous person.
Right.
But I think we're both really good guys.
Yeah, I like to think we are. Like I like to think that we are more nice people than we are a danger to anybody.
Right.
But that's not to say if you cross the line you won't find out.
Right.
Like there's a line, right? So I think that good men are men who are capable of violence.
Sure.
But choose not to. But you have the ability to put that shit in check. Where some people lose their temper, they fly off the fucking handle. Like, I've had real bad days. Real bad days. Where if people were judging me based on how they thought I was, I would have done really bad things.
Sure.
You know, but I'm not that person. But I think everybody has the ability to be that person. I don't think that there's a single person that pushed far enough cannot resort to some kind of dangerous behavior or violent behavior or things like that. And it all depends on how you define it, right? Like if you are going to hurt my family, you know, versus if you're beating up a stranger, you know, like, is that my business? No. Am I going to go get involved? Probably not. If it's a woman, absolutely.
Sure.
If there's, you know, but knowing when to turn that on is fucking key. It's the biggest thing that we deal with as people, right? Because if you go back to the base of our civilization and our most basic human instincts, we're not nice people.
No.
We're not designed to be nice people. We're designed to fucking take care of our own,
right,
and fuck everybody else.
Right.
Like, that's how the world has lived for hundreds of thousands of years. This Indian tribe attacked that Indian tribe. This fucking colony attacked that colony. I mean, like,
yeah.
Since the beginning of time, you've got something I want, and I'm going to come take it.
Right. People always betray that we really are animals.
Yeah.
We are a higher thinking, more well-coordinated form of animal, but you are still an animal. So there is still a violent side to you. There's still a side to you. And again, it goes back to what you define as being dangerous.
Right.
If we are able to protect our family and protect those around us, I don't necessarily think that makes me a dangerous person. If I'm confrontational, I'll tell you that right now. We talked about it in the FAFO about the Kevin Hart roast, but like if you push me or you encroach into something that's I feel like you shouldn't be, especially if it pertains to my family, I'm going to tell you need to back the fuck off.
Right.
And I'm going to say it very assertively, and I've done it to multiple people, like, hey, dude, you don't do that around me. You don't do that around my family. Don't fucking do it.
Right.
And a lot of people, the reaction immediately is like, oh.
Right.
Okay. And I'm not pulling out a pistol. I don't have my hand on my knife. I'm not like acting aggressively, but I have no problem with saying, hey, here's the boundary.
Right.
We can still be friends and have a good time and all this kind of shit, but this is the boundary. Don't fucking cross or you're going to find out.
Yeah.
And there's nothing malicious. And I don't start a conversation like that.
Yeah,
I'm not like, all right, motherfucker, everybody line up.
We're not measuring dicks as soon as I get here. Yeah.
But if you start encroaching into it and I don't feel comfortable with it, I'm going to go, hey, man, back off.
Well, what people need to understand, too, is that it's your comfort level.
Yeah.
Right? What are your boundaries? And everybody has different boundaries. And everybody, when I first meet somebody, I'm very reserved. I'm not giving you all of me.
Me too.
But not to say that 6 months down the road, you try some shit and I put you in your place and you're like, oh, I never seen that side of you. Well, you've never brought that side of me out.
Yeah.
Like, now you know that people have a propensity for violence. I mean, it's not a thing that's not possible, right? And everybody's going to define violence differently, right?
Right.
I would look at violence being having the propensity for violence is if you're hurting my family,
right,
you're going to get stomped. I mean, like, and there's levels to it, right? I mean,
sure.
Like, depending on your threat level. But do I think that men need to be violent out of the gate? No. I think that you need to be you and true to you and who you are, rather than starting every interaction with somebody like, hey, if you look at my kid, I'll fuck you up. Or if you look at my wife, or you can really put people on their heels with that kind of shit. Yeah. So it's about being able to turn it on and turn it off. And there's people who are much smarter than me who dove very far into this kind of conversation where you're almost a better person if you have the ability to be violent because you choose not to use it.
Right. You show that self-restraint.
Yeah, it's self-restraint. And that in itself is a hard thing to do. Like, my dad had a terrible temper.
Oh, mine too.
You know, and then I'm a watered down version of that, right? Because I saw it. You know, like, I've seen my dad just like, get out of your car. You know, you know, and you know, for me, I didn't care. Most people won't fight in front of their kids, you know, and my dad was like, you're not going to sit here and yell at me in front of my fucking kids. Get out of the car. Yeah. And as soon as you challenge somebody, they're like, never mind, you're an asshole, and drive off. You know, like, I couldn't tell you how many times people were like telling my dad, like, oh, well, you're just an asshole, then leave. Right. Like, you don't get to call somebody an asshole after you made a big fucking deal of something that's going on. And it's like people who cut you off on the fast track, right? You don't get to come in at the last minute and then I don't let you in and you tell me I'm an asshole.
Yeah, you don't get mad at me, flip me off.
It's my fault. No, motherfucker, I sat in this line for 20 fucking minutes and you blew by everybody. You saw it. You know, there's a line, and just in case you're out there and you're driving on the 241 or
you know who you are.
So I now drive with my fucking windows down on the 241 so you can look in and see who's the guy that's not letting you in, because I don't care. Like, you know, and people could say that that's rude and that's an asshole move and that's a fucking, you know, that's asking for problems. It's not. It's standing up for what you believe in, and that's very different.
Well, but I think modern day, you know, people will say now if you have a disagreement with them, that's violence.
Right.
This is the whole new thing now. It started with safe space, but now if you say something that somebody doesn't agree with, they're saying that's assault.
Yeah.
Which to me is insane. It's the Second Amendment.
Right.
Freedom of speech. That's Second Amendment? Nope. That's
the first.
First Amendment. Sorry.
Second's for your guns, but
same and same. But your First Amendment rights of freedom of speech, you can't tell me that you and I can sit here and have a debate, and if I don't like what you're saying, that's violence.
Well, that's cancel culture, right? If somebody on the internet right now doesn't like what we're talking about, they'll report our video.
Right.
And try to get us shut down.
Right.
But we're not talking about, and like anything else, I'm not telling you how to live your life.
Right. We're not condoning violence.
No, I definitely don't condone violence. I'm saying that there's a time and a fucking place.
Right.
There is always a time and a place for anything. And if you, and I've in these years, younger or older and wiser, I've walked people down from fighting.
Sure.
Like, I don't need to go to jail. You hit somebody, they hit their head, they die, murder. Like, you're doing time.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? No. And, especially if I see a guy start with a kick, I'm not fighting that guy. But there's a lot of things that go into it, right? So I've walked people down out of arguments, not because I'm scared of them. Like, I'm not scared of anybody.
Right.
The outcome the unknown, right? The what can happen. The do I need to be in trouble? Do I need to prove I'm a tough guy to this fucking 22-year-old kid who's shithoused for the first time at a bar?
Yeah.
No. Like, I need to walk this situation down, and I don't need to prove to you that I know anything.
Right.
I don't need to get in trouble. Like, I'm in a point in my life, I'm 39. I'm trying to be in no trouble at all.
Yeah, exactly.
And if I find myself at a bar, and you can tell when people start to you can tell the shift in the room, right? When people start to have a little too much, get a little ballsy. I took my brother out to a bar, and I was like, you feel that? And he was like, it's time to go.
Well, you're a big dude, too.
Yeah, I'm always the first one they pick on.
So you get these little guys that come up, and you're probably sick of it and probably like, dude,
Yeah.
Can you leave me alone?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do this. You're really fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow's going to hurt because you're going to have a hangover. You want to be missing teeth, too.
Right.
Like, but even on my boxing coach, Ian, first thing he said, he goes, I want to teach you guys how to fight. First thing you should do is if you get in a street fight or whatever, try to de-escalate.
Yeah.
Get out of the situation. You don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Because I'm not teaching you how to go out there and just kick the door open to a bar and, find the biggest dude and be like, I'm going to beat the brakes off you. No. I'm trying to teach you some technique, but de-escalate it.
Right. That should always be your first step. You should, young, full of piss and vinegar, you want to go out. You're looking for that.
Sure.
Older, wiser, you see the old you doing that kind of stuff. And sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I mean, nobody can say, like, I've won every fucking fight I've ever been in. I've had my fucking ass whooped. Like, it's not a surprise. like, Toby's been fucking beat up,
Right.
I watched Toby take a pool cue to the face.
Ooh.
Didn't drop him, didn't stop him, but like
stunned him.
Yeah, for sure. Like, what the fuck? But like, you don't have to always prove that you're the biggest and the baddest guy.
Right. But I also think that people need to understand where everybody's not necessarily abilities lie, but where their limits lie. And I don't see a problem in standing up for yourself or standing up to somebody. The one thing I've always taught my kids is like, you will never be a bully. Mm-hmm. But if somebody bullies you, you have my full permission to.
Yeah, we're going for ice cream.
Yeah. If some boy hits you, you have my full permission to hit him back. I don't want you starting a fight.
Right.
But you can finish it. And I think that goes back to your original point about being able to turn it on and off. Mm-hmm. Which I don't think is some people would be like, oh, well, you're a sociopath. You can turn it on and off. Sure. No. Sociopaths will seek violence.
Right.
I'm not seeking it, but it's the same thing you've heard us talk about a lot of times. When I'm in a confrontation with somebody, if we're in an argument, whatever energy you bring, I'm going to meet your level.
Right. And
if you're getting more and more upset, chances are I'm not going to scream back at you, but I'm not going to back down. I'm going to dig my heels in, and I'm going to stay right there, and we're going to fucking figure this out.
Right.
But people need to be put in check sometimes. I think in the modern day, a lot of people think, well, I can say whatever I want.
Right.
And you just have to take it. And if you say something back, I'm going to say you're violent and dangerous, and you're assaulting me with your words. And some people need to be put in check to go, that's not the world and the way it really works.
No. Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Sure.
For sure.
Sure.
But I will tell you what, I've seen a lot of videos on the internet where people will buck up and say something crass to somebody, and they will put them in their fucking place, and they'll be like, well, you can't say that to me.
Yeah, I can.
You entered this space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
you brought the threat.
yes.
Or you laid out the terms, and I'm just responding.
Right. Yeah. I'm not scared by the fact that you're going to call me all these names that they're coming. Sure. You know they're coming. You know the you can think right now the exact video where somebody was like, oh, well, fuck you and this. And it was like, what, bitch? And then it was like, no, you can't say that.
Yeah.
Like, no, you can.
I can't. Start a hashtag. I don't care. Do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah, blow this video up, make me famous. Let people buy me drinks when I go to the bar.
Right. But I also think if you're not paying attention to the world and the news, and I'm not saying let's all put on our tinfoil hats and dive down these conspiracy theories, but like if you're not prepared for something to happen,
right,
you're not a good man. Because you have to be prepared to be dangerous. And we've seen a lot of things happen, wars in the Middle East, all this kind of stuff, you know, all the threats of domestic terrorism, and you hear sleeper cell and all this kind of stuff, and you start looking around, and during election times, it's always more heightened and all that.
Right.
Like if you are not capable of being a dangerous man, if this shit hits the fan, you're not a good man.
Well, you're not going to make it if the shit hits the fan.
No, and you got to be able to defend your I love my wife and kids. You love your wife and kids. Honestly, do you think Kendra and JJ could defend the home the way you or I could?
No, and that's why when I take JJ outside to the mall or wherever we go, dinners, whatever, she's in fucking La La Land.
Oh, dude, Kendra too.
She's just fucking look at the birds, look at the trees. That's a nice car. And I'm like, what's this fucking guy looking at?
What's this guy doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Why are you reaching? You know, like, but she has the ability to do that because she's with me.
Sure.
So I hate to think what she would do if she was out by herself on a girls' night. But
well, if Kendra was out with the girls and somebody tried to hurt the girls, I have full confidence Kendra would do everything within her power to thwart the situation or do something. I just know that you and I would be much better at it.
Well, and so let's go into like child predators, right?
Sure.
They are less likely to attack a child if the father figure looks like he could be a problem.
Sure. Or if the father figure is, to your point, paying attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I've been to some places and looked at somebody and been like, been out with my dog, my mom's dog, Casper. Girls were playing in the front yard at their house in Cape Cod. This guy walked up. My parents like, I don't know who this is. That guy walked up, and Casper got up and went, Casper's 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And he kind of growled at that guy, and the guy was like, oh, okay, and like walked around, and Casper watched him leave, and I went, I trust that dog's instincts.
Yeah.
More than anything else. Let's get an APB on Creepy Gene over here who's walking by, like.
Yeah.
So if you're not paying attention to that and like paying attention to your instincts, like you were saying, and being like,
yeah, no, you smell weird.
yes.
Yeah, dude, like, and you get these gut feelings, right? And your gut feeling is, again, your ancestral fucking warning system. This is early warning detection built into you from hundreds of years and civilizations dealing with predators and enemy and fucking all the things that when your stomach goes, there's something off.
Right.
It's because there's fucking something off.
Right.
Listen to your feelings. They're there for a reason.
Sure.
So it's so like, I don't know, we can go off on this, but.
Well, but no, it's funny you bring that up. So would you consider, and I wouldn't consider, a primitive man dangerous?
No.
If he paid attention to his instincts, and when that saber-toothed tiger or that fucking bear or something was coming in and they rounded everybody up and put them in a cave and went out with their spears and defended themselves. I mean, if you look back at it, you go, that's a dangerous person because he's attacking something with a spear. It's much larger than him. He's not afraid of violence.
Yeah.
Does that make him dangerous? In my mind, no. Some people, yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too, right? So we will get some people who think about violence as like unnecessary, right?
Right.
Violence is unnecessary. There's a time and a place for violence, I promise you. I promise you. When something happens to you, right? Everybody lives in a bubble. But when it happens to you, it affects you differently.
Sure.
When it happens to somebody on the news and you're like, well, that dad shouldn't have beat up that guy who hurt his child. Yes, he should have.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if it happened to you, you would hope that somebody would come to your defense. I promise you. That's the thing, is that everybody looks at all these situations like, A, it could never happen to me.
Right.
I don't put myself in those positions. Right. I'm here to tell you that I thought things could never happen to me that have happened to me. and then I've been put in positions where I'm like, how? It doesn't, you're not special. You're maybe something hasn't happened yet. Doesn't mean it'll never happen. There was a guy the other day, Saturday, got pushed off the fucking passway in Norco over into the riverbed. They got in a car accident, started arguing, got in a fight. He threw him off the fucking bridge into the river bottom.
Oh, that's why it got shut down.
Yes.
We were going to volleyball last night, and it sent us way off out of the way, and we're like, it said accident center median. 2 cars stopped.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they threw that dude off the bridge.
He threw him off the fucking bridge. Like,
be ready.
You have to be ready. And that's the thing. Like, if you don't have the propensity for violence, but somebody else does, and they come at you, what do you do? How do you defend yourself?
Right. So you bring up a good point about, you say a lot of people think, like, I would never be in this situation. Well, a dangerous person will put you in that situation.
Oh, without a doubt.
Child predators are incredibly dangerous, not because they're necessarily violent, but because of what they're capable of doing by grooming your children.
Right.
By going on to Roblox, by going on to some online game, starting a conversation, then threatening them with, a lot of these guys say send naked pictures or I'll send, they get compromising things, and that to me is as equally dangerous as being able to grab somebody and physically assault them.
100%.
So you talk about not being put in a situation. Sometimes there's people out there that are grooming your children or watching you, patterning you like an animal, and then they're going to slowly put you in that situation. And by the time you get there, you're going to go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How did I end up here? What is happening?
Yeah. And what you don't know is that it's been happening for a long time.
Right.
You're just in la la land. You don't pay attention to things around you and signs, right? I mean, like, there should be signs leading up to the part where you get in this situation where something bad's happening.
Sure.
There should be signs. I mean, I think the guys were road raging.
Right.
Accident. Get out. Fight. Push them off the fucking bridge.
Right. So in safety, like in safety on our job sites, the first thing they say is engineer out the hazard. So in my mind, if I'm getting in an altercation and I'm on a bridge, I'm probably going to try to stay away from the edge of it.
1,000%.
I'm going to try to put my vehicle between me and that. I'm going to figure out where are my exit points. If this guy comes at me, does he have me backed into a corner? Yeah. Am I somewhere where I can't defend myself? Has he boxed me in? Are there 3 of them?
Right.
Is there some so I think you it's your fight or flight instinct that you have.
Yeah.
Do I just run away? Do I stand my ground? Do I become dangerous and violent and show this person what I can do?
Yeah.
I mean, it's all inside of you. If you want to see a crazy thing, I was watching a hunting show. They're hunting bears over bait. Okay. So mom comes in, a sow and a cub come in. And this big boar, this big male came in. And she shoved those babies up that tree. And she watched them go at those tree. And she turned and pinned her ears and opened her mouth and came at that fucking male bear, who probably had 150 pounds on her. And she fucked him up. She beat him so badly. She was shoving him over logs and biting him and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it was terrifying to watch. Can you imagine as a person? Like, you'd have died.
Oh, you'd be gone. Yeah.
But that was just a mother defending her young.
Right.
Did that make her dangerous?
Right. Well, because we then think that, bears are so dangerous. Like,
no.
A bear by itself is not a danger to you.
No.
It does not want to eat you. These motherfuckers aren't out here just like, let me go fucking kill a human.
Bears are scavengers. They're not predators. The only bears that aren't are polar bears.
Because they will seek you out.
They'll seek you out.
Yeah.
But they don't actively hunt you, so it's almost the same thing. Anytime somebody's been in they've been in their territory. They've been where they got between a mom and a cub. They found a bear that was eating their garbage cans or something and tried to scare it away. Stuff like that is going to cause that animal to be quote unquote dangerous. They're not running into the city
No.
and snatching people off.
No, they're not taking babies.
No, they're not. So again, people always go, well, they're a dangerous animal. No, they're an animal.
Yeah.
That's capable of violence and danger.
They can fuck you up. Yeah.
If you are provoked.
Right.
And again, this goes back to us just being a more intelligent, logical form of animal that has opposable thumbs.
Right. I think as a mother, your maternal instincts
Uh-huh.
are a real fucking thing. And that's not something that you just discover like, oh, I could do this. No, that's built into you. That's every mother everywhere. Your maternal, unless you're a psychopath who killed your kids and fuck you, die.
Right.
But I think maternal instinct is built into you, right? As soon as that baby is here in your arms, things happen to your body. You start producing milk. You start, like there's other things that like your body naturally does that you don't control. It's not something that you're like, okay, well, make milk, like no, this is hundreds of years of fucking, this is what your body does. And now you're a mother and you feel a strong attachment to that child. And it's built into you. It's in your DNA. And that's what people don't understand is that violence is in your DNA. It might be far. You might be way down the fucking like food chain on that kind of thing, but it's in there. Right. Everybody has the ability to be violent.
Well, but let's talk about too the counterpoint. What makes bad people dangerous, or what makes bad men dangerous? Usually, it is a something, right? If you look at serial killers, child molesters, people like that, there has been some major trauma that has happened to them early in their life. They were molested themselves. A lot of serial killers had a traumatic head injury when they were younger. Yeah. That's like a big thing, and it almost like rewires their brain. I don't know if it
kills the part that deals with sympathy. Like,
right.
Yeah.
So a lot of these people that are that violent and that dangerous, something has gotten them to that point.
Right. You don't come out of the womb and try to eat the doctor. Like, like a lot of this shit is conditioning, right? It's a lot of, and like you said, psychopaths, they had TBIs, traumatic brain injuries, right? At a young age, which your brain is still developing.
Right.
And I think I would say, I don't know, all the big ones that I've heard about have been like, oh, I fell off a fucking slide. I got hit by this. I mean, you could pattern this shit. All the football players who have traumatic brain injuries, who go crazy, they have CTE, they kill themselves. It's a lot of things like that. Your brain is so powerful.
Yeah, and they've been getting their heads smashed in for 5 years.
Yeah.
Been getting put an egg in a
Pee-wee football, right? I mean, like as a kid, you start playing football and you're getting concussions, but nobody knows because you're a fucking kid and you're out playing with your friends. Nobody's paying attention to that shit, right? Then that just keeps going and going and going and going. And then you have CTE, you have fucking Aaron Hernandez,
right,
who fucking killed somebody and then, fucking put himself in a cell and went to sleep with his bed sheets around his neck.
Well, look at like Chris Benoit, the wrestler. He killed his wife and his kid, and then he killed himself.
Yeah.
But again, there was some major stimulus that got them to this point. You can look at dictators. If you want to look at any evil dictator that, tormented people, all that kind of stuff, they were conditioned like that from probably their father, from generations before them.
Yeah.
This is how they were taught. This is what they were told. It's not, if you just have I don't want to say like a generic person, but a generic person with a decent upbringing and that kind of stuff, chances are you're not going to be very dangerous unless you're pushed to that point to be dangerous.
Right. Whereas if you grow up in a country where violence is the way that they get things done, you see these videos, these guys are cutting people's fucking heads off. You can't just decide to do that one day and think that this is going to be cool.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine, like, sane brain, right? I'm going to chop somebody's fucking head. I'm going to saw your fucking head off.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen inside of a sane person.
No.
That's not something that somebody's like, what would be fucking cool? Like, no, that's not sanity, right? That's years and years and years of countries where they have nonstop violence. And as a kid, you're exposed to that shit. It's like gangs, right? Like gangbangers. And like violent gangs, this MS-13 stuff and all these people who they have like full prisons, only MS-13 members now.
Yeah.
These people grew up watching violence, so violence is secondhand to them.
Yeah, violence is their norm.
Yeah, violence is their norm. If you're not committing violence, then what are you doing? There's no joy in your life. There's no, maybe that's how you celebrate joy, but it's not. You're not at the park with your kids and then something happens and then you handle something.
Yeah.
It's different. So there's levels to this shit. I think that to be a good person, you have to be a bad person. You have to have the ability to bad person, be violent.
I agree.
Because otherwise you're just anybody else.
Well, and there isn't anybody out there that has not defended their family at some point in some way. Mm-hmm. Whether you're having an argument with another parent where they say your kid beat up my kid or your kid's super mean, and you're standing there talking and saying, no, my kid this or that, or you're in a parent-teacher conference,
right? Something
like that. I'm not saying we're all out there duking it out. We're getting attacked all day, every day. But you will defend yourself. You'll stand up for yourself. You'll stand up for your family at some point. Are you capable of doing that?
Right. Well, and that goes back to the fucking question we pulled, right? Like, you can say anything you want about me.
Oh, sure.
You can fucking insult me. You can say I'm a this and a that. You can say whatever you want about me.
Yeah, go nuts.
Yeah, but if you bring my family into it, my kid especially, like, this is where you meet other me,
Yeah.
Like, and if you're out there listening, you shouldn't have to put up with somebody speaking badly about your children. It's your fucking child. You raise them how you want to. If you're raising little angels or little dickheads, that's your problem. Like, that's how you want your kids to be. And we've said this 100 times. You're raising people.
Mm-hmm.
They're
you're raising
kids
adults
now.
Yeah,
they're kids right now, and you are forming them into who they're going to be. If you've got good kids, then your kids are going to grow to be good people. And if you've got not so great kids, then they might grow to not be so great people. However you raise your kids is how you raise your kids.
Right.
And I know that people are in a lot of circumstances and a lot of situations, and things are different for everybody. Not everybody has the same pathway, right? I get to take my kid on vacation. Not everybody gets to do that. I understand. But if somebody insults your child and you don't defend them, you should probably look in the mirror.
Right. I would define you as not being a good person if you don't stand up for your values and your family and what's right to you. And that can be anyway. You don't have to stage a violent coup.
No.
You can just have a tasteful disagreement with somebody.
Yeah.
And present your points, but then don't back down.
No.
Unless they present something and go, dude, actually, here's a video of your kid kicking my dog and then kicking my baby.
Yeah.
Then you go, okay.
Oh, shit. Maybe I didn't know that.
Yeah, maybe he is a dickhead.
Let me have a talk to him. Let me talk to him. Don't you fucking tell my kid how they should be.
Right.
If you have a problem with somebody's kid, come to that person.
Sure.
Do not ever yell at somebody's kid, because at that point, I don't care what my kid did.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. You as the adult violated you crossed the line.
You crossed the line, yeah.
You crossed the line. If there's a problem with my kid, come talk to me.
Right.
But if you fucking don't put hands on my kid,
right.
There's a line. There's a boundary.
Yeah.
And it's defined. And it should not be questioned.
Mm-hmm.
It's, hey, man, I need to let you know what your kid did so you can fix it, because it's not my problem. But exactly. I don't care if my kid lit your fucking house on fire. You hit my kid, I'm coming to piss on your fucking grave, there's rules to this shit.
Right.
And it's same thing, not saying that if my dog got out and started attacking your dog, you can't kick my dog.
Sure.
But if my kid's beating up your kid and you kick my fucking kid, now we have a problem.
Right.
So there's and I love my dog, but I would understand, because if somebody's dog came over and did that to my dog, I would be, but that's the difference, right? Like, there's a lot of defining things that time and place.
Right.
Time and place.
Right.
So if you're out there and you hit somebody's kid and you got your ass whooped, you deserved it.
Agreed.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah.
But, and that could be, you could hit somebody's kid who you think is the nicest guy on the planet, and then they turn that on you. Like, you don't know what people are capable of, because you don't know people.
Well, you don't know what people know.
No.
There's a lot of people. One of my inspectors, I was talking to him, and he was like, oh, yeah, I stubbed my toe. My toe's all fucked up. I'm like, how did you do that? He's like, oh, I do jujitsu. I was like, oh. And he is, deep into it.
Yeah.
He's not a black belt, but I'm like, oh, you've done jiu-jitsu for a long time.
Yeah.
Super nice, super unassuming, just could not say enough nice things about the guy, but I'm like, oh, you know some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's probably that type that's like, hey, man, hey, man, hey, man. And then you come at him and all of a sudden you wake up.
Yeah.
And you're like, did I get him? And they're like,
yeah,
sure, bud.
Yeah.
You're like, why is my hand in my own ass? Oh, he was trying out a new move after you went to sleep. So
Yeah, he found this thing. Yeah, so I think that everybody has the ability to be violent inside of them, and I think that really good men choose not to use it.
I'd agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more.
So if you think that, don't ever call somebody soft or pussy or whatever because they back down from a fight.
Right.
There's a reason that they're backing down from that fight, and it's not because they can't fight. I've seen people who can't fight anyways.
Yeah.
A lot. So I think it takes more self-restraint to walk yourself out of a situation. And it could be anything, right? I've been to places where people spilled drinks and that started a fight. Like,
Sure.
I understand that $12 is a lot for you to spend on a drink, but hey, man, you spend one drink, can you buy me a new one or whatever? Or hey, say sorry. Stepped on somebody's fucking shoe. People get really upset when you step on their feet. Sorry, man. Didn't mean to do that.
Sure.
It doesn't make you a pussy. It doesn't make you a weak person. Doesn't make you a whatever. And obviously, women, I'm talking from men's point of views because I don't have the other side because I can only speak on mine. But but if you have the ability to walk down from a fight, and it's not, I don't ever think it's because anybody's scared. I really don't.
Sure.
And I think most of the guys who walk fights down are people who are trained.
Yeah.
People who can do real bad fucking things to you. Your life is so much bigger than that one altercation, and that one altercation could end your life.
Yeah.
So be smart out there. I think, what do you think? We think we tap this one out?
I think we tapped this one out. I think we beat it into submission.
Yeah. I think we got violent on this one.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. The message is the same. Check in on your friends. That's it, man. Be good people.
Yeah. Be a good person. Be capable.
Yeah, and if you've walked down a fight and you're somebody who knows that you could have won, because I've been in situations where people are sloppy drunk, and your reaction time, I mean, like, everything, you got to be able to read the situation. If somebody's so drunk that they are just spouting at the mouth, it's not hard to put that person down. But do you feel better about yourself for it?
Yeah.
Like, of course you won. You should have. It's like fucking fighting a kid.
Yeah.
I beat up that little kid. Like, cool, you're 40, he's 12.
All right.
So, if you've walked a fight down, man, and you have a story or if you have something to say, man, we would love to hear about it. We'd love to talk about it. I know we have friends on both sides who have been in situations, and I got, when I was young and in the military and all my friends, they loved to fight. David loved to fight. David will walk fights back now, and David's a dangerous person. People don't realize David's a fucking dangerous person. They look at him like, I could probably take him. Like,
nah. I fucked around with David in a friendly manner, and I'm like, nah.
No, I tell people all the time, like, you shouldn't be worried about me. I'm a real nice guy. David's a psychopath. He's got the ability to turn it on, man, but he's got a shorter fuse than I do for sure. But check in on your friends, man. I'm gonna call David and laugh at him after this. But
hell yeah.
Yeah, man, just be good people. Check in on your friends. If you're being checked in on, be honest. Be fucking completely honest. And
it hurts sometimes to let it out, and you're not tougher than it. So get it off your chest.
Yeah, if you can walk a fight back, man, you can have a conversation.
Oh, absolutely.
Your pride is not that big a deal. You're never going to see half the people anyways again. It doesn't matter. Your friends care about you, and they've seen you at your worst. I promise. I've seen my friends do dumb shit.
Yeah, me too.
And they can still talk to me. So check in on your friends. It's important.
Yes,
be honest. Be open and honest, man. That's the most important thing is if you're being checked in on and you're not doing okay, say something.
Yeah, agreed.
So, all right, man. Well, I guess I've been Jerett.
I've been Jack.
And this is Shattered Wisdom Podcast, and you motherfuckers are welcome.